Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. This is a show that is everything Broncos and sports topics in general. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, let's get into the topics today. I don't have the jackass of the week. I know some of you are probably going to be disappointed, but believe me, there'll be enough of that segment going forward. I can assure you of that. I can totally assure you of that. All right, the topics today, in briefing over them, is John Elway gets a new position, and George Paton is aggressively searching for the Broncos' next franchise quarterback. So let's get right into it, okay? And I'm going to start with that. George Paton. Now, speaking at the Combine, George Paton has emphasized that even though Drew Lock and Brett Ripken are under contract, he will be very aggressive in shopping for a franchise quarterback. Now, the key word here is shopping. Does that mean that George Paton is still looking aggressively at an Aaron Rodgers, a Russell Wilson, somebody else that's out there? Heaven forbid, not Garoppolo. Definitely don't want that one. But, or does the word shopping mean in the draft? He also said at the Combine interview that he thinks this quarterback class has some players out there that could be NFL quality. He's gone to live games. Some of these college quarterbacks. He's really done his homework in regards to maybe drafting a quarterback. I don't think he should at number 9. But then again, I'm not the GM. So, but he said he's aggressively looking to upgrade the quarterback position. He also said that the quarterback position is the most important one on the field. I firmly agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Between the center and the quarterback, those are the only two that handle the ball first and second. Obviously, the center snaps it to the quarterback, so it's first and second. So the quarterback is the most important position as far as getting the play executed. That being said, he did emphasize that the quarterbacks that the Broncos have, including Bridgewater. Now, he didn't mention Bridgewater. He just mentioned Drew Lock and Brett Ripken. That tells me that Teddy Bridgewater is probably not coming back. But he said that the quarterback positions have to play better, much better. Obviously, since Drew Lock and Brett Ripken are under contract, that means that we probably could see a Drew Lock starting this coming season, 2022. I'm not 100% on board with that. I really don't want to see it. I'd rather see a veteran quarterback on the team. Absolutely, I would. But at what cost? And who that quarterback would be? If it's not an Aaron Rodgers and it's not a Russell Wilson, or it's not a Kirk Cousins, I'm not in favor. And I know this may surprise a lot of you, and I've done a lot of thinking about this, but I feel that if we can't land one of those three, then I say roll with Drew Lock to start the season, draft a quarterback, let him learn under a new offensive coordinator, obviously, and also under Hackett, and just see what can be produced. Like I said, I'm not in favor of just throwing money foolishly to another organization for, let's say, 2 years for Aaron Rodgers. I'd rather have a Kirk Cousins. I'd rather have a Russell Wilson. I've mentioned that many times before. I'd rather have them. They have more years left than an Aaron Rodgers does. But at the right price, and like I mentioned last time, don't give up any draft choices. I mean, yeah, draft picks. Don't give up any don't give up any players we have in the team now. Just give up, I should say, yes, give up draft choices, draft picks, but and money, but don't give up any Bronco players. That's what I meant to say. So we'll see what happens. But I'm glad to see that George Paton is not sitting tight on a Drew Lock or Brett Rippon as our quarterback, that he's aggressively looking for a franchise quarterback and or one that he can get in a trade with, let's say, a Green Bay or a Seattle or a Minnesota. Also, George Paton did mention that he's expressed serious interest in keeping Melvin Gordon. He said he is going to meet with Gordon's agent real soon, and he feels that the combination between Melvin Gordon and Devontae Williams is a success. I would have to agree. Absolutely have to agree. Melvin Gordon and Devontae Williams were the 1-2 punch. I don't see Melvin Gordon carrying the ball 25, 30 times a game, nor do I see a Devontae Williams carrying the ball 25 or 30 times a game. That's why this 1-2 punch works. Melvin Gordon, I believe, had 17 or 18 touchdowns this past season. You can't give that up. You can't let that walk away. Absolutely not. Especially with Devontae Williams entering only his second season under a new running back coach, under a new offensive coordinator, under a new head coach. You can't throw Devontae Williams to the wolves out there. You can't. You have to have a veteran running back like a Melvin Gordon that can transplant him and spell him in certain situations, goal line situations, maybe two backs in the backfield, not knowing the defense, not knowing who's going to get the ball, if either one will. They could go out in swing patterns. There's a lot of combinations that can be done with a veteran running back and a second-year running back. The explosiveness of Devontae Williams carrying players on his back for yards is huge, speaks volumes. And then you have Melvin Gordon, who just slams into the line, into the hole, and gets production. I say keep Melvin Gordon. I'm 100% behind that. Absolutely 100% behind keeping Melvin Gordon. I know that we're probably going to lose a Noah Fant, but we have Okawabanon. So as much as I like Fant, he's expendable. But if it means getting rid of Gordon and keeping Fant, I don't like that. I don't like that a bit. I'm sorry, guys. Those of you who like Noah Fant, I like Noah Fant too. But we can't keep everybody. George Paton has already made that extremely clear. We can't keep everybody. So if one of those two has to go, I say, I hate to see Noah Fant go, but I'd rather keep a Melvin Gordon, especially to be there to spell Devontae Williams when necessary. All right. Speaking of free agents, that takes me to Josie Jewell. Now, Josie Jewell is a free agent, and the Denver Broncos have a number of key free agent decisions to make. One key piece is Josie Jewell. Now, Jewell wants to stay in Denver, and he figures to be a very high priority come the month of March. Now, we're in the month of March. This is the beginning part of March, and I say we got to retain Josie Jewell. Yes, he was hurt last year. Yes, he tore his pectoral muscle, but he's recovering, and he's recovering at a very speedy rate, at a very good rate, and he looks to be ready to go for the OTAs and the preseason and such. We need to keep Josie Jewell. He reminds me a lot of a Steve Atwater. Not sure how many of you guys got to see Steve Atwater in years past, but I really like Josie Jewell. Like I said, he reminds me a lot of Steve Atwater, and for that I want to keep him. He's a quality linebacker. He's solid, and yes, he got hurt. That was just something that happens in the game, and unfortunately, we didn't see much of him last year. We saw one or two games with him. So I'm just hoping that George Paton and Josie Jewell's agent can come to some agreement, and we keep him on the Denver Broncos. To me, that would be a great move, a smart move. Definitely want to keep him on the team for sure. Now, that takes me to John Elway. Now, John Elway's contract is officially over and has expired with the Denver Broncos. He no longer has a position as an official employee of the team. However, John will serve as an outside consultant to general manager George Paton. I do not like that one bit. Do not like it at all. And I'll tell you why I don't like it. Because John Elway, if he is going to be an outside consultant to George Paton, who is our GM, what advice could Elway give to George Paton that would be better than what George Paton did in his first year? Let's go back, guys. Let me refresh your memory. John Elway drafted quarterbacks. He drafted Paxton Lynch, bust. He drafted Brock Osweiler, bust. Although Osweiler did some good with Peyton Manning here when Peyton Manning was injured, he did get some key wins. He got a key win against the New England Patriots that allowed the Broncos to have home field advantage, which we ultimately went to the Super Bowl and beat the Carolina Panthers. I understand that. But Brock Osweiler was not the answer to the Denver Broncos quarterback situation as a franchise quarterback. And neither was Paxton Lynch. So John Elway is not, to me, GM quality when it comes to evaluating talent, evaluating prospects in the draft, and then drafting the right person. We had a chance to draft I'll think of it. I'll think of it. The quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. We had a chance to draft Josh Allen, and we didn't take him. We did not take him. Who did we take? Who did we take? We took another guy I can't think of. Outside linebacker, edge rusher. All right, I'll think of it. I know you guys will let me know. You'll be setting it up in the comment line or the text line, whatever. I understand that, and I appreciate that because right now mine escapes me. Any case, we didn't draft a Josh Allen when we could have. I understand that Josh Allen is good now, and he wasn't 2 or 3 years ago. He was a learning curve, obviously, but he is now, and we could have had him drafted, but we didn't. Oh, Bradley Chubb. That's who we took. We took Bradley Chubb. I knew it'd come to me. Thanks, guys, for the ESP. Appreciate it. But we could have had him, but we didn't. Again, John Elway was the GM then. The only draft that I believe John Elway made as an absolute dead on was when he drafted Von Miller. Absolutely. But that's the only one that I can think of that was the best draft choice that Elway ever made. So Elway being a consultant to George Paton, for what? What could Elway possibly tell him that would be better than what George Paton did his first year as GM and his draft choices? I mean, he drafted Patrick Surtain II. He drafted Devontae Williams, among others. Those are the two that stand out with me because those are two very key players this past season. George Paton was the one that drafted those two. Do I think Elway would have drafted him? I don't know. But going on past practice, I don't believe he would have. I absolutely don't believe that John Elway would have drafted those two. That's why I'm confused about this position. Why would Elway? I know why he would take it, because he still wants to be part of the Broncos. I mean, he's still showing interest in being with a group that's going to buy the Broncos. He's hoping to be part of that. I understand that. I get that. But my thing is, I don't understand why the Broncos felt necessary to have John Elway on board as an outside consultant to George Paton. If anybody's out there that has any ideas, please comment. Give me your comments. Give me your ideas. Give me your takes. Because I really don't see what John Elway could bring to George Paton that would be better than what George Paton has already done. I don't see it. If any, like I said, if any of you guys got an idea, a thought, jot it down. Put it in the comment line. I will respond. I'll respond kindly. Obviously, that's what I do. I'm not harsh. I just bring the facts and my opinion. That's what this show is all about. All right. Now let's go to the Colts proposed overtime changes. And here's what their proposal is. The Indianapolis Colts have proposed to the NFL new overtime changes. The Colts want to see the overtime changed to where both teams possess the ball regardless if a touchdown is scored on the initial drive. I agree 100%. Absolutely. And yes, I know, guys, going back to the Tim Tebow overtime pass to Demaryius Thomas for the 80-yard touchdown pass, catch, and run that propelled the Broncos past the Pittsburgh Steelers and onto New England, where we lost, obviously. But I know that at the time that I was elated. Absolutely, I was elated to know that Pittsburgh wasn't going to get the ball. But you know what, guys? To me, it's only fair. It's only fair. Why should a coin being flipped in the air decide who gets the ball, and if a touchdown is scored, the game is over? I don't like that. I don't like it in the regular season, and I certainly don't like it in the playoffs. And here's the reason why I don't like it. As mentioned, I don't feel that, you know, a team that wins a coin flip has a potential of winning the game and the other team doesn't get it at all. The NFL says, well, we're on a time restraint. We're on a time slot. The NHL's not. Hockey's not. They go and they play in the playoffs. They play a full period. I understand that, yes, they do have next goal wins, and it's a little bit different than football. I understand, because both sides get to possess the puck, obviously, especially on a face-off. Face-off, both teams basically touch the puck. Also in basketball, overtime, they go and play a full overtime period, whether it's 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever it is. Football doesn't. Even baseball allows both teams to possess the ball, so to speak, to have their at-bats. It goes to the 10th inning. Now they put a runner at second base. The runner scores. Okay? After 3 outs, guess what? The other team comes up to bat, and they have a chance to score, tie the game, or win it. Both teams possess the ball, so to speak. Why is football different? I don't know why football's different. I don't get it. Baseball's not decided by a coin flip. Basketball's not decided by a coin flip, and neither is hockey. So why is football decided by a coin flip as to who gets the ball and who potentially could win with the other team not even having a chance? I say this is my proposal. The NFL should do this, in my opinion. Have a coin flip, that's fine. Whoever gets the ball first, and if they score a touchdown, the other team gets the ball, and they have a chance to score a touchdown to tie the game and continue to play until one team has a win. Now, let's say the Denver Broncos and New England Patriots are in the playoffs, and the Broncos go down and score a touchdown. The Patriots come back and they score a touchdown. Do we go to sudden death? I say no, absolutely not. No, it should go until a team wins outright. If the Broncos go down and score a field goal and the Patriots don't score a field goal, Denver wins. If the Broncos go down and score a touchdown and the Patriots come back and score a touchdown, it continues. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with playing until somebody legitimately wins? That both sides possess the ball. Both sides have a chance to do what the other team did or didn't do. Now, let's go the opposite side. Let's say that the Patriots win the toss and they go down and kick a field goal. And Denver comes down and they get a touchdown. They win. If New England goes 3 and out and Denver comes down and gets a field goal, game over. I get that. Why? Because they scored more points after both teams possessed the ball. But for one team to have the ball, score a touchdown, game over, and the other team does not have a chance to answer back, to me, is wrong. Totally wrong. I know, again, guys, that may have been different back when Tim Tebow threw that strike to Demaryius Thomas. I understand. But Pittsburgh should have had the opportunity to possess the ball and go down and see if they could score. Now, here's the other thing. What if that would have been in play? Let's say Denver goes and gets a touchdown like they did. Pittsburgh goes down and they get a touchdown, but they trail by 1. So instead of tying the game and continue on, they go for 2. And let's say Pittsburgh would not have gotten their 2 points. Denver would have won by 1. What if Pittsburgh would have gotten the 2 points? Then Denver would have lost by 1. So you see, there's a lot of strategy to be played with this formula. I agree with the Indianapolis Colts. Absolutely 100%. I hope the NFL does the right thing. I hope the NFL listens to the coaches, listen to the owners, listens to what they want to make the game more fair and better. That's my opinion on that. What do you guys think? Like I said, give me your comments in the comment line. But that's what I think would be fair for both sides. Other sports do it. Why not the NFL? All right. Okay, guys. I'm going to close this show with an interesting take that really caught my eye. The Miami Dolphins planned to pursue Sean Payton and Tom Brady. They wanted to hire Payton, but the Saints declined the request. As for Brady, the Dolphins, wanted to bring in Brady as a minority owner. Plans are still officially on hold because Brady still hasn't filled out his official retirement paperwork. So he is still, quote, on the Bucs roster till June 2nd. Now, that's interesting because Sean Payton being pursued by the Dolphins, I don't really know if he would have gone there. Obviously, he didn't. The Dolphins have hired their new head coach. But I found it interesting that the Dolphins pursued Sean Payton. The Saints blocked it, wouldn't grant that permission to interview Sean Payton for head coach. Sean Payton then retired. Tom Brady has said he's retired, but apparently hasn't filled out his official paperwork to the NFL to make it 100% official until June 2nd. Now, June 2nd is when I guess the new agreement comes in, and there has to be a decision as to whether or not he's staying or he's officially retiring, that kind of thing. But the Dolphins want to bring Tom Brady in as a minority owner of the team. I find that extremely interesting. Not sure if Tom Brady is going to pursue that or going to want to do that. There's some chatter that he may even come back to the NFL in a year or so. I don't know about that being, actuality, but there's chatter that he may do that. Maybe that's why he hasn't officially put in his paperwork to the NFL. I'm not sure. I don't know that aspect. I just found it very interesting that the Miami Dolphins were strongly pursuing Sean Payton, the retired Sean Payton from the New Orleans Saints, as well as Tom Brady to be a minority owner of the team. Very, very interesting. So we'll keep I'll keep my eyes open for that. I'll keep my ears open to a lot of other things. The combines are getting underway this week as I speak. Draft is coming up next month in April, and there's going to be a lot of exciting topics coming your way here in the next several 2 or 3 video shows for sure. Bronco Breakdown shows. So that's it, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember to tune in on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. on YouTube for Broncos Breakdown, hosted by me, Bronco Bill, as well as 4, 5, 6, and 7 premiere of Broncos Breakdown on MHRT Network every Wednesday. Like I mentioned, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Please tune in. You can go to the chat line. It's live chat. It's the premiere of Broncos Breakdown every Wednesday on MHRT Network. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks again. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will talk to you next Tuesday and Wednesday, 4 p.m. right here every week. Thanks, guys. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.